How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rafael and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we got ourselves a nice little breakdown of all the different leaks that have been coming out recently, and we just have a nice little, I would honestly call it like a little flowchart almost, and a thread of all the information we've received recently from different leaks and rumors. Now, of course, this information here is being summarized by Eclipse, who is I guess you could call him a leak analyst. It's what he does. He also just kind of takes existing leaks and more or less summarizes them into something more, I would say, digestible. So that's what we're going to take a look at today. Of course, we always do check and make sure that if there is any rumors on 4chan, which as of today, there really aren't any, so there's nothing new on there. But let's see what he's talking about here. Real Leaks DLC 1 Edition 1. He says, our fake watermelon coffin. What he's talking about here is that there's been a rumor from, of course, Riddler Coup that's been kind of hinting at possibly there being a, well, I guess, watermelon design of a coffin that's going to be a regional fake. So it'd be a brand new Pokemon, because regional fakes are basically brand new Pokemon that look almost identical to existing Pokemon. And he says regional fake watermelon wheezing. And then a new Pokemon related to expressing a desire or requesting wishes. Probably a paradox and not confirmed. If it's a paradox, it could be Azov to continue with the legendary trio turned into paradox forms. So that's a possibility. We already talked about this in my last few videos about the fact that it seems more likely the Pokemon that will get paradox forms will be the remaining legendary beasts and whatnot from Pokemon, you know, I guess Johto. So you got Entei, Raikou, Suicune. And then from Gen 5 Unova, you would have specifically Terrakion, Cobalion, Virizion, right? Those would keep, you know, those would be the ones to get the rest of them. We continue on to the next part of the thread where he says, Real Leaks DLC 1 Edition 2. The loyal 3 typings as well as Ogrepon are the ones depicted here, mixed with their special hats. So basically what we see here is fire, like a different, I guess we say a fire-like type logo, water type logo, ghost logo, and then a special logo. And apparently he says the loyal 3 typings as well as Ogrepon are the ones depicted here, mixed with their special hats. The loyal 3 share poison type and are treated kinda like a starter for DLC. Guess their types will include fire, water, grass in base or hat form. Now, these special hat forms, we don't really know what they're gonna be like or what this new like hatless little green logo, what exactly that means. We don't really know, but we'll have to wait and see. Possibly it could be that brand new feature where the Pokemon it's kind of like Megas, but instead of them fully just, you know, changing the design, they just gain a cool hat, which is whatever. Either way, we'll continue on. Extra details. So Ogrepon is a flower. While it seems to be using some form of flower, Ogrepon's powers come out from its actual face, which is hidden. No, it's not a beam. That would be generic. The loyal 3 wear these pink items that are especially important for their lore and afterwards local traditions, right? So those are the three like little purple things you may notice that they're actually carrying around. He continues on and says, Real Leaks, and I talked about this yesterday, I did a long video on specifically black and white, but here it says Real Leaks DLC number 2 Edition 1. This character is more important than others. He will help us with the resolution of Terrapagos' powers or problems caused by such. He's related to Drayden from Generation 5, possibly a grandchild, and this hints towards the next Pokemon game after DLC. Now, there is no confirmation that they are confirmed to be related, but based on what we've been told by the leaker, it seems to be the case. He then continues on, Real Leaks, and says, next title. The next Pokemon games previously mentioned is related to Unova. It's likely another Legends title or also something unexpected still linkable to the Gen 9 plot, continuing expanding the Paradox motif, either one of these two options. Now, these images that he included here are from tweets, I think some tweets from the leaker himself, from Riddler Coup, but also some of them are just from people that were doing theories and stuff. And I must say, when he was talking about the Black City and the White Forest, he wasn't referring to a brand new game. He specifically was referring to a brand new Pokemon in the DLC. So that had nothing to do with Black and White in itself, or at least Black and White games, or Unova games, whatever you want to really refer to it as. Didn't really have anything to do with that per se, but I digress. It's just worth bringing up. Either way, he continues on and says, Real Leaks, unknown answers yet. DLC 1 and 2 are unknown. So, new Paradox from Generation 5. No extra info other than this. a possible new paradox of Silcoon and or Dusknoir. I don't remember seeing that. I don't remember ever hearing about that. And then a Blood Moon Pokemon, probably Mightyena cross-gen evolution. Now, I will say, I did have some viewers actually send me Darkness of Chaotic Waters, actually sent me a theory about possibly, instead of it being, instead of it being, Mightyena or something, that this Pokemon that's being referred to here about the Blood Moon could be specifically Absol. So here's what the Darkness of Chaotic Waters specifically said. I think the Blood Moon riddle leak is Absol, since he has a, I guess, crescent moon-like horn and is a dark type. He's black and white, codenamed Disaster Pokemon in the Pokedex, looks like an evolution, only canine without a second stage evolution, hopefully doesn't seem crazy. And I'll be honest, it doesn't seem crazy. It actually seems pretty reasonable if you think about it. If you really think about how Absol looks like, and based on the information we have, like the images that were included with this whole post, it was something about, like, I'm gonna be real. I think Absol is what I'm set on right now. I don't think it's Mightyena, because the original post by Riddler-Ku included Mightyena as one of the Pokemon that could or couldn't be the one getting this new evolution. But is it possible that it might be Absol? Now, what has Absol actually gotten in the past? Well, Absol did get a Mega Evolution, but that's it. It didn't really get a brand new Evo, no pre-evolution, nothing like that. Would it be possible that it might finally get a cross-gen evolution of sorts? I do think it makes sense. It fits well in with everything else we talked about. And shout out to Darkness of Chaotic Waters for actually making a pretty decent theory here, because it just makes sense. Like, I'm gonna just be real, it makes sense. They actually sent this to me on Discord, so I'm gonna just plop up this image on the screen here so you guys can see what we're talking about. But basically, this is what was being said, right? Like, this is basically the message. And I do think it's a cool theory. Now, I want to know what you guys think about this, of course, in the comment section down below. But this is the theory that the Darkness actually put forward. I kind of agree with it. I think Absol is starting to look more like it makes sense. I mean, we had a Blood Moon. We had freaking, Black and White being referenced. I think that's why the Black Forest and the White Forest and Black City were like even included. And I'm gonna actually see if I can find the original post here, because it might add a little bit more, I guess, context to even that. So let's plop it up on the screen here, because it will just kind of reaffirm what we've already been talking about. So let's just do that really quickly here. Now, the image is right here, and this is when he said second, right? And then what he included was, well, first of all, a Blood Moon, right? Then he included Black and White reference, which is odd. And then these three, when said which or none of them. Well, here's the thing. It could be Absol. It's the one that's closest to all of these, but doesn't, get included here. So it could be that that's the one that's going to get this, brand new cross-gen evolution. Either way, we continue down the thread, and he says there's more, but most of them are vague or less important, so I won't bother listing them. Then he says, I totally forgot to add this tidbit. Something, someone, or a Pokemon will time travel. I don't know if it's already in the DLC hiding as normal, or if it's coming/leaving the present as part of the plot during the actual gameplay. It's not going to be a secret for long. Note, I assumed Watermelon, Weezing line are sure, but in fact, it could be another Pokemon between Drifblim, Swalot, and Spiritomb. The new R-Fake is an edible sweet that can be sold during a festival, so candy apple, cotton candy, etc. This info should be part of an unknown answer. So yeah, there's really not much else to add to this in regards to the thread he made. We'll go over to some other stuff instead. But nonetheless, there's a big kind of talk right now of which are these Pokemon, right? What are they? Also, Eclipse did post this as well, saying, as a cook, I feel like I'm a mate to this person. Also just finished up making some Fasona beefsteak. But yes, this new character, you guys will already know him. He's one of the new characters we'll be seeing in the actual game. I actually didn't even realize this image existed of the gameplay of him, but I think I just missed that. Either way, there's also a theory from I guess Uminotami here about that Blood Moon Pokemon, which we think now is Absol, at least on my end. Full moons take a very long time. Perhaps a colored moon occurs at a high frequency as a substitute for the full moon in Kitakami. At this time, Mightyena or Ursaring can evolve. By the way, from a commercial DLC point of view, the evolution of Poochyena is not a catch-all sale, which I don't know what exactly that's supposed to mean, but fair enough. Nonetheless, that pretty much summarizes up those things. However, is there anything else? Well, there hasn't really been much from the side of Riddler-Ku. We did have this post right here from specifically Light, who said the Blueberry Academy is located somewhere on this map, obviously in the water. Where do you think Serrano built it? And a few people have some thoughts. For example, Aogashima means Blue's Island. That's Sevi. Recall that culture of Kanto is deeply rooted in Alola. The Scarlet DLC shows the area centered on Kanto. We tend to look for let's see, New York, because we know the black and white info, but Galar UK had nothing to do with Hokkaido. In this case, just kind of plopping, you know, the location of it being somewhere around here. So basically, the Sevi Islands would be right around the middle, and then Blueberry Academy would be somewhere further down from there, and Kitakami would be in the most northern part. Not most northern part, that would be Hokkaido, but like the kind of like northern part of Japan above Tokyo. So yes, that's kind of what's going on right here. Now, I don't know if this actual, like, you know, the map is in that area, if the Blueberry Academy is there. There hasn't really been much explained in regards to that, but there is just a bunch of theories, to be honest, about all this. Another one here, for example, we have is this right here from none else than Light again, who's just talking about some of the thoughts on what Pokemon could show up. He says, just to hype you up more, there is a dragonfly called the Scarlet Dragonfly. Flygon is based in Antlion that is very similar in appearance to a dragonfly. Ayo, Scarlet, all the stars are aligned. And basically, he thinks here that I don't see a lot of people talking about the comeback of Flygon, and it looks awesome. Curiously, in the trailer, terrestrializes into a fire type and holds the ability Levitate, so it's immune, to ground type moves. Don't want to think this is a hint that it will have a fire Terrastall form in the Indigo Disc. I said this because the mega form of Arun was cancelled, and this chance is a big one to shine to what was planned 9 years ago. Now, I don't think, unfortunately, Flygon is going to get any more love than just being included. I think that's all you're going to get. Unfortunately, that's just reality. I'm just going to be real with you guys. I don't think it's going to be much more than that from it. As for any other stuff, honestly, there's just been a mix of things popping out recently. There hasn't been really any concrete, massive information that's really worthwhile mentioning. I will include anything else in this video if I can just find it here, but for the most part, it doesn't seem like there is a lot. So I want to thank you all for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.